Hey everyone, it's me, Lisa, and today I want to get you with another book review. Today we will be reviewing the series of The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni, and I can't wait to get into it. So without any further ado, let's get down to the review. The Prison Healer. How did I get to hear about it? Well, of course, The Prison Healer was part of my book club read for the month, and I started reading it without much expectation. I read it with audiobook and I started okay, and I quickly got hooked. I loved Kiva. Kiva is the main character. She is vulnerable and wishes to help, and I truly loved her as a character. But apart from her, I loved how the whole story came to be, how it was shaped, where it was, because the prison infirmary was a very original setting, at least for me, for what I have read in the past. I have never really thought about those kind of settings, and it really made me think. And I thought that Tip as a secondary character was great. He is the boy that helps her in the infirmary, and Jaren was great as well. I loved the fact that within the series we have a lot of secrets kept by everyone for various reasons in the first book, and they get told at the exactly perfect moment to the reader, because the reader sometimes might know or can know, but since we are from the point of view of Kiva, she is able to discover the things alongside the reader, but at the same time, even Kiva keeps secret from the reader, and when we discover them, it's a shock to everyone, to the core. So I was so in love with how everything got developed and untangled. I also liked the element of magic that was into the book, because it was different kinds of magic, of course healing magic and the elemental magic, and that is pretty common. But I liked the way in which it was developed, who had what magic, and I liked that, of course, like in every book, magic has a limit, so it cannot do anything, or it has limits on the person, that it drains energy at times, or it's hard to replenish. So we have those limits that I thought were really intelligent to put in. They helped the plot to go forward, and I liked that nothing was done by accident at all, ever. Everything had a reason, and I fell in love with the first book of the series, and this is why I went on to read the rest. When they get out of the prison, they get at the palace of the prince, and I liked in the second book how much Kiva understands that Jaren is not just an enemy for her, but someone that she comes to care about, and someone that is human, and a nice human at that. And I liked that she gets to know his family, and the family is also very nice, and they all have their limits, but I like the fact that it's really nice. I was in that book expecting more healing magic from Kiva to happen, but not much happened because she kept it hidden. And in the second book we get to know the siblings, we get to know different parts of the story, and we also have a very important confusion in that, because Kiva wants to have a good connection with her siblings, even though she discovers that they left her in the prison for a long amount of time, and she is heartbroken by that. But I liked her good nature in being the one that tries to mend relationships, and when that doesn't happen or is not possible, she accepts it. So I love that about her. The whole adventure in the second book I liked a lot, as in It was an adventure that stayed in the palace, kept it in there, and we have the whole dynamic of how the fallout is gonna happen for everyone, basically. And that's what we get in this third book, the fallout of everything. We need to save the day, and it's gonna end up being either great or terrible. And in the third book, the secrets that we unravel are ginormous and great, because in this story every single character has a motive, a reason for being there, a past story, which is great because we don't only get surface level characters, we also get in here in the second and third book side characters that are absurdly great. I loved Cresta. She is another inmate in the prison Zalendov where Kiva was at the beginning, and she has such a snappy, don't give a shit personality, and I loved her for that. She is super let's go, wants to take action, and reveals elements about herself that are completely unexpected that I loved. Then we have Calden. Oh mine, I loved him so much. He is the friend, perfect friend. And he is not just friend because he's gay, but friend because he is a friend, and he's not even gay. But it's just to say that normally I tend to feel that in books when we have a great friend is a gay person that cannot possibly be a love interest or someone that does have something that they can't fall in love with the main character, whereas here we have actual friendships coming up that are great. I never for a second doubted the intentions of Calden or Kiva when they were together. I loved how their relationship developed as a relationship built on trust and on knowing each other's secrets but never exploiting them, accepting each other for who they were without ever expecting anything else. And so I totally love that. And after Kiva screws up, he is the first one to forgive her because he really understands that she didn't mean to do anything wrong truly, and that she wants to mend the relationships and the things that she did. So I loved that about them. I love them. Power couple, great. They were the best friends I've seen in a book in a long time. So that was lovely. I loved, as I said, the pacing of it all, because in every single book everything was revealed at the perfect time, and also in the last book we have a kind of chase to get some objects up, and for that chase everything was done at the perfect time. We don't have boring transitions where nothing happens. Everything is at the right time all the time. So I loved that about it because it was incredible, and the whole message of it all was wonderful because it really made me think about the fact that being rivals or being royals is not necessarily a means for being completely heartless towards one another and being completely unaware and just mean for the sake of being mean. So I totally love this about the whole thing, and I want to recommend this book to whoever wants to pick up a wonderful fantasy series, because I think this one is one of them. Totally think about this. I thought that the language I really loved as well. I thought that everything was pristine and simple, but not too simple, and I loved just the series as an overall. I think I've said loved so many times because it's truly how I'm feeling about it, and I can't wait to get into more from the author, but at the same time I don't want to get in another series from her. I would like to read a standalone or something else. I also think that the series for me was a really great one from a writer's perspective, because being a writer myself, I want to study stories, not only read stories. And when stories are created and shaped in great ways, for me it's an added bonus. It's not only great to read, it's great to study, because we have a lot of great lessons in pacing, how to speed it up and slow it down depending on everything. And I liked the descriptions and how dialogues were paced, so it was an absolute great story to study. Then that's why I'm debating it to get it in paper form, because I would really love to study it in paper form and kind of get a hang of how great the story is. So, I don't know, I need to reflect on it, but I'm really hooked on it, and I really suggest it if you didn't catch it up from the rest of my review so far. I really want to know down below if you plan on reading this series, and if yes, I really can't wait to hear your opinion on it. Or if you have already read it, I want to know what you think about it, and if you think it's a different opinion from mine, and why. So leave it down in the comment below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Bye guys!